So how many of you watch Good Morning Britain? Not many, I imagine, being fellow parents. I imagine you're probably watching Tiny Pop or CBeebies or tractor videos on Netflix or YouTube like we are forced to do all the time. But this morning on Good Morning Britain, there was this video clip, this discussion with Piers Morgan.
Is it okay for men to carry their babies in a papoose? Does it demonstrate modern manliness? Or is it proof of the end of mankind as we know it?
So yes, it's not the threat of, Brexit over our heads and global warming, possible nuclear annihilation when we go to war with Russia. It's obviously men carrying babies and baby carriers. Okay, so Piers continues with his debate about how carrying babies or carrying your kids in a carrier is unmanly seemingly. And this is what he said. He said, I've had 4 kids. None of them were placed in a papoose with me. Papoose. Who uses the word papoose? I've had 4 kids. None of them were placed in a papoose with me carrying them. They were firmly in my arms. My protective paternal arms. My protective paternal arms. Let me tell you, my wife, when she's carrying the wee man, has protective maternal arms. So protective, in fact, I'm pretty sure if, say, a horse got too near them, she'd bite its goddamn throat out. Massive teeth. She's got, not the horse, my wife, just huge big teeth. But this whole idea of men carrying babies, which the discussion this morning was a new thing, seemingly, a new thing that's causing men to become more unmanly. It's not new at all. It's been happening for hundreds of years, men carrying children in slings and carriers and papooses, seemingly. But this new thing, we're getting very unmanly now. But what do we define by unmanly? What is manly that's being negatively affected by us carrying children? Well, let's have a look at that. So, when it comes to manly things, when you look up the definition of manly, here's a few examples. Pain threshold. That's manly to have a good threshold against pain. I once stood in an upturned plug and only cried for like 20 minutes, an hour, maybe an hour and a half. If we're talking about pain threshold, my wife, as you can see, I've got a massive head, huge cranium. My son has a huge cranium. She passed what was essentially a weather balloon-sized head out of her floof, whilst with only the medication of a little bit of gas and the burning desire to drive her fingernails into my eye sockets. That's a fair pain threshold. My son's head is huge. It's like a football, except overinflated and mostly bitey in parts. Also, strength. How do we define strength as a manly thing? I used to compete in strongman. Look at this clip. But if we're talking about strength, I bet my wife could headbutt her way through a 2-foot thick concrete wall after a few vodkas if she knew there was chocolate on the other side. This is a woman who, speaking about strength, will strap our son on his back, our 2.5 stone son on her back, and nip to the shop to get a couple of things. But while doing so, she'll arrive back home maybe 2 hours later, having walked almost Ben Nevis and back, because with 2 big bags of shopping alongside the son in the back, because she wanted to get her Fitbit steps in, so just kept on walking. Strength? I've seen grown men with a laptop and a rucksack be out of breath climbing a bloody escalator. Come on now. Check. Strong, manly. Let's talk about manly. Strong facial hair. I mean, my beard is nowhere near as magnificent as it used to be. But I like to think I've kept a bit, even though it's getting shaved off soon for the first time in like 26 years, and I'm going to look terrible and everyone's going to hate me and I'm going to have to hide away all the time and never be seen online again. If my wife had facial hair, her moustache would be strong enough to crack open a bottle of Magners, I imagine, hypothetically, because she hasn't got a moustache, ginger moustache all over her face. No, God no. So check. Also manly, I think the debate is, well, of course, is that manly colours. Men wear manly colours, like this khaki kind of green colour. Manly. But listen, I wear manlier colours. Look at this. In fact, I'm so manly, I'll happily wear manlier colours while breaking a goddamn axe chopping wood. That's how manly I am. See? manly. Just beer. Demise. Oh, demise. Oh, demise. Oh, it's okay. It's middle of the day. It's alcohol free. Alcohol free beer. Don't worry. Don't panic. Don't get your knickers in a twist. And look, joking aside, at the end of the day, there's no argument to even be had here. It's causing debate for the sake of debate when there's no need for it. We've got better things to argue about or fall out about than men or women carrying bairns and baby carriers. I mean, really. Listen, if you're a mum or a dad and you're getting any pressure or stress from people about carrying your child in a carrier, then they're the idiot, not you. You just do what you want to do. Be whoever you want to be. Carry or don't carry. Who cares? Why is this a deal? Piers Morgan is his own thing. All respect to you. You're a broadcaster. Fine, good on you. But really, do we need to be causing a scene about baby carrying and telling people who are sitting on a train carrying their baby that they look unmanly or ridiculous? Behave yourself, seriously. On that note, cheerio. And be yourself.